So guys, we need to finally have the talk. What the talk is it is about the ants. And what I want to talk about with is the way that the ants have managed things. So if no one knows, I am official Discord moderator, so saying this may get me in a little bit of trouble, but I think it's something that needs to be said. So since I've started the game, when I started, I was in a bit of a transition period because they were getting rid of the kill event and they were instituting Warzone. At least the way we see Warzone today, for the most part. They have added stuff like the cells and stuff. But overall, every time that they've added something, it hasn't gone well. For one thing, they've used the first 50 servers repeatedly as a beta testing. Now, these aren't people who signed up for beta testing. Like, I'm not sure if anyone has done beta testing, but generally when you beta test, you're on a closed server, private server. There's no transactions that you can do, or there'll be like simulated transactions. I haven't been one since, like, the last one I did was Clash of Clans, so that should tell you how long ago it was. But I actually used to get, not paid, but I would get rewards and stuff to do beta testing. So the one before, the beta testers before it went out to the general public. And they're using those first 51 servers as beta testing. I wouldn't really have too much of a problem with that. I don't think it's the right thing to do because they're paying customers. Unless they are being unless they have some kind of perk coming back to them, they're getting extra packs for being the beta testers or something. Because generally speaking, when you're a beta tester, you don't get to keep the account that you have normally, depending on the game, the style of game and everything, in the individual company. But you do get to have a special skin or a special title, normally something aesthetic, or maybe even a special certain character only unlocked for the beta testers. So I don't think it's the right thing to do, but that alone wouldn't leave that bad of a taste in my mouth. The problem I have is that every time they release something new, they hype it up for a month or 2 months, and then they release into the beta testers. And again, I still wouldn't have a problem with that. But this latest event, it was even told to us Discord moderators that it was going live. Like, it was going live. And this is the reason I didn't make a video on it, is because I had a feeling something like this would happen. But they said it was going live, and that we, of course, need to make content on it. I chose not to, because, again, not the first time this happened. But they released it to servers 2 through 52. So if you guys don't know what server 1 is, it is the private server. It's the beta server. I understand rolling it out, especially with this style of event. There's still a lot of questions, a lot of stuff we don't know about it. We still don't know all the kinks about how it was going to work. My problem is the communication of getting us hype, letting us see all these images, and then right at the time that they say it's going to go live, then all of a sudden saying, oh, it's only going to a couple servers. Even if they open up migration so you can go to the servers. The other thing about that is the migration was only open for the first 150 servers to go into those servers. If you're going to open it up that way, let everyone go. I really don't think this event is going to be good if you're under Queen level 25. It seems like Warzone may be canceled out. Or if, like me, you're still a newer 25. By newer 25, I mean, like, you've only just got um, T9, or you haven't even unlocked the T10 tree yet, because you're going to miss out on a lot of rewards if that's true. But the other thing is, even with it going into beta, we still don't know the answer to these questions. Just a lack of communication and the miscommunication is not forgivable for a major company to have for an app that has grown to be this size. Now, I love the community. I love y'all. That's the reason I'm still staying. But it's really not forgivable. And again, this isn't the first time it's happened. I don't know if anyone remembers Duel of Queens, or even when Crystal Mine came unlocked. Duel of Queens went into beta testing the same way. It was for a short amount of time because there was instant kickback from it. But they dropped the ball on that too. Now, I understand for certain things to only roll it out in phases. But if they were going to do it that way, they should. My problem is they should have told us, hey, this is only going out to the first 50 servers, because the people who are waiting for it don't have it. Now, I went to a server in preparation for this event. Why'd I leave my other server? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. I left the alliance I could have stayed at, and I would have done more short term in that alliance than switching over. Like, I even put my farm accounts, so I could still play on my farm accounts and transfer resources. But because they didn't communicate that properly, I went into the alliance, I went out of the alliance, I missed rewards, and it's just a major inconvenience. And I'm certain other people had a similar experience. So this is partly why I've been making other content and diversifying, because every time this happens, there is it's not player decay. Like, player decay, decay is when there's a natural almost slope of how many people are playing. This is a drop. Because people who are paying for this game, who are getting excited and becoming invested in the game, are now getting their hopes for what they thought was going to happen crush. I do like the fact that there was a migration that soon. After the last one, I hope that they do one every month. I hope that we're also able to get more information on the events. I'm still going to play. More than even the gameplay, I like the balance of this game. How you're still able to somewhat compete with pay to win, depending on whether they're whales or not. Just by being smart, and how generally how the game is balanced. It does go off balance, right? Like right now, we have a big imbalance of stalls, but it happens in every game like this. It's almost an RPG based game, and it always happens. You can't have everything perfectly balanced in this kind of game. It just depends on how the player base reacts to stuff. One game I played for 5 years, the first 2 years, was similar to the first almost year of this game, where everyone had DPS units, like high damage units, and then it went to a skill that did a lot of attack, and then it went to something happened, an update got added which boosted stats, and then it went to changing the way that stats were distributed, and then it went to something else, and then it went to something else, and I do like that. And because of the community, I'll stay until the community decays so far that it's just not there. But I will be doing more diversifying and looking for new games to play. Because this, generally, when you have something that was this big of a level of miscommunication, it generally results in a major drop in players. And I think we're only at the beginning of that, because it's only been a week since the event was supposed to launch. But I will be. I changed my schedule for my slime uploads. I'm probably going to do One Piece once or twice a week. So I will try to put 2 to 3 ants videos out a week. I will have something in the name with the ants. So if you follow me and you see the ants, it's going to be the ants video. But anyways, I hope y'all doing well. I hope y'all had a good migration. I will probably in another 2 to 3 days do a update on my accounts so you can see where I'm at. And I may touch, there's been some small changes in the meta. If you guys would like a separate video for that, give me 10 likes on this video. I will make a separate video for how the meta has changed. It has changed slightly, but it's light. So, fully being upfront. If you guys are fans of That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, One Piece, please go and check out those playlists and videos. Since I'm just dipping my toes into that manga niche, I don't really have a lot of fans there yet, and I would love it if the community where I got started in YouTube followed me across all of my interests. This is gonna be, I'm trying to do this more of a blog style or doing understanding manga, because one problem I see in manga, I'm going to have a chapter this video, so I'm going to go off on a bit of a tangent here before I let you all go. One problem I see with manga is a lot of people say power scaling. I think that people take stuff way too far out of context. And having a discussion or tempering the expectations of what's going to happen. Manga is a little bit different because you don't get as much, like in the light novels of slime, you get everything explained to you step by step. In manga, there's a lot more nuance. And I think one of the problems is that people, with that nuance, take things out of context, or they add their headcanon. I don't want to spoil anything, but there were some really crazy videos a couple weeks ago with One Piece, with the chapter that just came out and what people were expecting to happen. I saw, if you guys fought One Piece, this isn't a spoiler, I saw everything ranging from he had Logia powers to he was a resin fruit but it's still a paramecia, to he was a Zoan. And there was such a broad range, and all of that came because of the nuance and not understanding the actual content that was put out. I wish I would have made a video on it because my theory was mostly correct. But I didn't want to dip my toes because I was at the time I was waiting to see what ants did. And if they kind of bungled themselves, I was going to start doing other content, and that's exactly what happened. Anyways, y'all, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you agree with me, drop a comment. Hey, I agree. Subscribe, like the video. It does help others see the content, and hopefully I'm not hitting too many nerves, and hopefully I don't get taken off as a Discord moderator for YouTube. Have a great day, y'all.